Should you study abroad? That is what I will be talking about in this video. Hi everybody, my name is Tasin Siddiqui and I am an Indian expat living here in Germany since the last 5 years. And this video is addressed to the students who are thinking of studying abroad. Well, me personally, I'm from India. I studied in India as well, and I studied in Germany. I studied Masters in Computer Science at one of the best universities here in Germany, at RWTH Aachen University. So I'm in a position to tell you if you should or you shouldn't study abroad, right? And don't bring national politics into it, nationalism that, we are Indians and the Indian education system is better than, everything else, and the French education system is better than everything else, and I will study here, I will contribute. No, don't bring that here. Everybody is different, everybody's situation is different, and it will really depend on your individual circumstances if you should or you shouldn't study abroad, right? There are a lot of factors. Everybody has different goals, different objectives, different subjects they might want to study, right? And they come from different socio-economic backgrounds. That is also a big factor when it comes to studying abroad. US colleges are competitive, just like some of the best Indian colleges. I will not name them, but we all know, there are very good colleges in India, in every country. So let's just say if you do not get into the best or the near best colleges in your country, you might consider moving abroad to get into better universities in a different country, if that helps you substantially in your career and if you can afford it, right? So according to me, going to the top 30% colleges either in the US or Europe or Australia, Canada, or whatever, not whatever, but these countries which have reputable accredited universities is a good move if you can afford it. But it also depends on the course you're going for. For example, if you're going for STEM courses, science, technology, engineering and math, then I would say you will have a good return on investment, and that might be a good move. Okay. But for other degrees, there are a lot of useless degrees, and I will not name them because then a lot of people will get hurt. But I'm calling them, well, useless because in terms of employability, no education is useless, but when it comes to employability, we all know that a few degrees, there's this natural hierarchy of degrees when it comes to employers when they choose employees. So I would say, according to my research and my experience, STEM degrees do have a very good return on investment. So you might want to consider that, studying those subjects. Obviously also take a little bit of interest and passion into account in what colleges you're getting. And then the second aspect would be the country that you're going to, right? Is it an English speaking country? Is it a German speaking country? Because in Germany, you need German. You need a little bit of German to survive. Yes, it is easier to get a job here compared to, let's say, the US and the UK due to visa issues, but you might want to learn a little bit of German. For France, you might need to learn some French. Okay, so you take these things into consideration, the cost, the university, and things like that, because you know what? I made the best decision of my life by coming to Germany. Yes, because to be honest, and that's for a different video, I didn't spend anything here. Everything that I put in, I made it during my student life, and I paid off and everybody. So basically, I received my master's education at one of the best universities of Germany for free, and that set me up for a great career, unlike the few peers of my few peers who went to the US or Canada. They're still paying off that debt. So yeah, but then I had to learn German. That was a little struggle, but then integration is easier because you can get visas and stuff easier. You can become a citizen easier if that is what you're looking for, compared to the US or the UK. So it's a lot of factors. I'm not an educational consultant, although I might be willing to help you if you are looking for that. You can comment down below if you would like to contact me for those issues. But it really depends, like I said, right? Are your parents willing to sponsor you? Then you might have a broader selection of degrees you might choose from, right? Because at the end of the day, you do not have to really think too much about paying that loan back if you're taking a loan, because your parents are paying it, right? Or the best situation might be, you know, you need to make the numbers work, right? What amount you're paying them, it's like a business. What payment you're paying them, you might need some loan, you might need a combination of loan and your parents savings and sponsorship, and then you might be willing to work part-time. In some countries that is possible. In Germany it is definitely possible, so you can sustain yourself, pay off your debt while studying if you've taken a loan, and you can also save a little bit. Fun fact, studying in Germany. So you have to look at those things and really decide, because according to me, in this global world, wherever in the world you are not, you're around 15 hours away from home, maximum 15 to 18 hours with with flight, right? So you're not very far away. You can contact your parents and people on WhatsApp, and we have all sorts of being all measures of being connected these days, so that shouldn't be an issue. Yes, cultural issues might be an issue. For example, like I said, language barriers, then eating habits, food behavior, social things, how international and cosmopolitan the city is. Those things you might have to consider. But at the end of the day, it is better to move to a different country to study in a better university than to study at a suboptimal university in your home country, right? Because we all want to work, have employability, and the world is a big place. Go where you are treated the best, like some people say it. Go where you are treated the best. So study in one country, see if you like it, live there, work for a few years, and then you can always go back if you don't like it. You can go to a different country. You can always pivot. You can make lateral moves. You you can do anything, but choose your degree wisely. Study well. Study hard. Right? Don't be a burden on your parents' pockets. Only go if you really are committed and you have proven that. Maybe work for a few years in your country, save some money, and then go. Right? Do that. But you know what? I'll give you like a tip at the end. Germany right now is booming. It is booming for STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. If you want to study any of these, you can literally do that for free. Come here, study, integrate, become a citizen, and guess what? You will have the best paying jobs you can dream of. It's better than the UK. It's better than Canada. Yeah, US you might earn more, but it really depends if you get a job and you can sustain that. But then there are other visa issues and stuff. I'm biased obviously because I studied here, but I think that might be a good option, right? So if you have any questions about Germany, well, you can ask me on LinkedIn, Tasin Siddiqui. You can follow me there and ask me questions or write in the comments below, and I might be able to help you, right? So the world is a big place. Don't lose hope if you haven't gotten into a good university in your country. Move around, study, learn, and contribute to the world. Thank you so much for your time. I hope this video gave you some ideas and added value to you. If it did, please consider subscribing to this channel and hitting that like button. Share this video with somebody who might be considering moving abroad for studying with your friends. And have a nice day. Bye-bye.